Welcome to the Storm Code. This is a podcast that is all about demystifying the human experience and learning how to live as a soul in a human body, as difficult or as challenging as that may seem. If you're new, my name is Stormy Calder. Some of you guys know me as Emelina, and I'm a consciousness expert, a psychic medium, a high performance coach, and a shaman, helping to Sherpa your human experience and guide you to navigate a happy, healthy, soul-driven, and love-fueled life. Now, I can't guarantee I won't swear in this episode. It is rated explicit, so go ahead and grab your headphones if you have kids in the room. Okay, so in this episode, I'm going to share a transmission channel that I'm channeling as a medium from the Akashic Records and in combination with Goddess Oshun. Oshun is a goddess of prosperity. And what's really beautiful about this channel is it's a frequency where Oshun actually combined her energy with mine, creating a higher level energy channel that is more relatable at the human level because she merged with my subconscious and she merged with my entrepreneur knowing and my business mind. So it's a combination of our two energies. It is a tough love channel on exploring how to get out of your own way and opening up the reality that you live in one of the richest countries in the world, most of you, and you have the ability to make money, make millions of dollars from the phone in your pocket with very little effort, getting out of your way and reducing the lazy mentality if you're not tapping into this wealth that you have access to. Oshun essentially says anything else is just purely lazy. If you guys remember, I did this channel a few months ago when I launched my program, Money RECODED. I loved it so much. I'm republishing it. And before we jump in, I do want to tell you guys a little bit about Money RECODED, which is closing for enrollment this week on 2/5, end of day. It's a 9-week program that takes you step by step to reprogram and rewrite and recode and heal your energy and your relationship with money. When you're doing spiritual work, how we manifest first energetically, subconsciously. So what I'm doing is helping you do the healing and quantum work to heal your relationship with money and change your soul contracts and your own Akashic records so that you can step into soul contracts of opulence, of luxury, of being a financial debonair, and healing the relationship between you and the energetics of your own personal value, how you perceive that value, your power, how you wield that power, your relationships, where your energy goes and whether or not they're good investments, understanding your energetic investments, your emotional investments, and where to invest your energy in a way that will produce growth so that your higher self can actually translate the insights on where to bring your attention and what to invest in physically and practically with your money and your energy to create money from just about nothing. Creating something from nothing. All right. It's a deep dive 60-hour program that drips over 9 weeks that teaches you quantum manifestation. We dive into the power of understanding your value, helping you see and understand that value, understanding your raw power, and use that power to create a harmonious landing pad for grandiose manifestations. I bring a lot of consciousness to a lot of topics that otherwise don't have consciousness, which allows your shadow to become more of an asset than a deficit when it comes to manifesting and creating money for yourself. Money is sacred. It's an extension of your life force and your higher power. When we work with money as a sacred relationship, we open up possibilities that otherwise don't exist for us in this lifetime. If you guys don't know, when we come into body, we do agree to soul contracts around money, just like we agree to soul contracts with other people and concepts and things we need to work through karmically. Money is one of those things. In this program, I help you to rewrite your soul contract to bring yourself into luxury, into abundance, into financial prosperity, and into getting paid to create, getting paid to be yourself, getting paid to be authentically you. So it's quite a vibe. This will be the absolute best investment you'll make in yourself this year. If you are vibing with my content, if anything I do and produce really resonates with you, you're absolutely going to love this program. If you do want to learn more, please go ahead and check the link in the description below and feel free to email me if you have any questions. Again, there's a couple days left open for enrollment. I'm so excited to share this program with you, and that's what I got. So now let's jump right in to the Millionaire Oshun channel. Enjoy. So get cozy, get seated in a nice comfortable position, take notes. Just kidding. Only if you want. Or treat it like a meditation. I'm going to get into my cozy little channel and I will get you whatever information wants to come through tonight. This is the path of least resistance to your financial prosperity. Those of you who think money is a difficult topic, think again. Stormy has a way of approaching what humans like to avoid with clarity and prosperity, honestly. There is a level of consciousness to which each of you deserves, but is often resistant around accepting, which is the understanding that money is A, spiritual, is B, accessible, and is C, easily accessible. Now, we know those are not popular opinions for most humans, except for those that are in, we'll say, the more billionaire territory, but it is the reality. There is another reality that you might agree with us with, which is you have been taught to neglect your material needs, to neglect your physical prosperity, and to lean on corporations, other people, anyone that you can lean on to give up your power and ability to actually create a life where money is flowing easily and effortlessly to you. We are well adept to your new day and age, your ability to access the internet and different various accesses to media that allow you to spread a singular message from a one to many platform, from yourself out into many different parts of humanity, whoever would be willing to listen to your message. We are also aware that you have phones and that each of you has access to a network of agreement where you can, from your phone, spread a single message that is your core authentic meaning, who it is that you are, and your perspective or your point of view that is rather fixed on life, that is worthy of being shared and spoken about in one way or another, all of which can be done from your phone. The reason why we are bringing this up in such a practical way is to simply say to you, what makes you think that money is scarce and unattainable? When each of you holds a computer in your pocket and the ability to literally stream and share your authentic voice, where your voice would open up the opportunities you need to open up to financial prosperity in more ways than you can possibly account for. So the question now is, how come so many of you spend so much time complaining that you don't have enough, you don't have access, there's no way to figure out how to receive more money without selling your soul, without hurting yourself, without working 80 hours a week, without da 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 da. The amount of excuses is insurmountable. And to be totally honest, all of your guides are sick of hearing the complaints when you have a computer in your pocket and your ability to stream your voice. There is no excuse as to why each and every one of you could not be millionaires in this lifetime. It is actually rather ridiculous to think that there is such a lack of multimillionaires, even in the United States. Although there are many, many, many multimillionaires, there is no reason why you could not all choose to be multimillionaires. It is completely just a lack of conviction on your part, a lack of belief, a lack of understanding that you hold the world in your hands and that you are in a specific period and day and age where it is absolutely the easiest to create a business from nothing. Although we say nothing with jest because it is not truly from nothing. It is truly from your own point of view, from the perspective of your highest self who is streaming through your body to give yourself the voice and the perspective to share your experience both in human and soul form. And the amount of value that that provides to others is absolutely insurmountable. We are wondering why more of you have not stepped out and just done it. Why complain? Do you know, have you even thought for a moment, if you were to audit the amount of time you spend worrying about money, complaining about money, versus the amount of time that you spend actually being in pleasure for pursuing your dreams, pursuing that which would actually open up more doors, you would find that it is very practical. And we say this from the perspective of spirit because we are watching you like little hens. And we say, so interesting that they're complaining so much about money. If they really wanted money, why do they spend 95% of their time demeaning money as an energy? speaking down to money, being hierarchically inappropriate towards money, treating money like money is a psychopath, trying to hunt money down and threaten it and manipulate it. And you wonder why you don't have enough. You wonder why you believe in scarcity. You believe in scarcity because you're spending all of your time practicing scarcity. You think spirit is just some invisible, we're up here randomly, we just try to touch base occasionally to guide you. What we're trying to do is get your attention 24/7. It's just that most of you don't care to listen. If you did care to listen, you would follow the vibrational thought that is taking you from the path of least resistance from point A to point B. If you want more opportunities, start using your phones every day and open up that opportunity. And rather than shoving stuff down other people's throats on social media or doom scrolling, Stormy's giving us the signal right now that that was the word. Rather than going through social media, let's position it this way to you. We are getting very, very practical with your time and prioritization. And yes, we do inspect this with each and every one of you, your spiritual guidance teams, while you are not listening to us, while you are not heeding the warnings and the little inklings of what would be good ideas to use your time for from spirit. Instead, you will spend 2 hours a day scrolling on Instagram and TikTok. If you have that much time to waste, you have an awful lot of time to be building multi-million-dollar empires. So, simply, shut the fuck up and put your money where your mouth is, baby. That's the message here. Okay? There are too many of you, all of you nearly, that are sitting behind your phones and computers, complaining and comparing yourselves to other people who are actually putting in the work. Saying, oh, how can they do that? How can they be an influencer? Why do they have so much money? They're just sitting on their couch shooting shit from their phone. They're doing something. They're following their own inner guidance structure, and they are making an offering into this world, which is their perspective. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be experts. They just have to share their perspective and have a willingness to share that perspective with the world. It's less of an amount of understanding and more to do with whether or not you actually want to do something with it. Once you understand that your ability to receive financial compensation in large amounts that are akin to an equivalent of winning the lottery for the rest of your life, which is accessible from you and your phone or you and your laptop. And there are millions of ways to get there and millions of ways that it could be very, very easy for you. It doesn't have to be hard. Can social media be hard? Yes. Can blogging be hard? Yes. Can making videos be hard? Yes. Can pursuing business goals be hard? Yes. If you want all of those things to be hard, they will be hard. However, if you condition your mind to see the opportunity and to start thinking like a multimillionaire who has just won the lottery, that lottery is living in the day and age that you are in the position that you are in, being born to whatever parents you were born to, having the life experiences that you have, being born in wealthy countries, you would realize you won the fucking lottery. And if you won the lottery, we are just all wondering up here in spirit, A, why you're not listening clearly to us, because we're giving you good ideas and you're just tossing them away like they're garbage. And then B, why are you not capitalizing on your opportunities that are so abundant, that are so obvious, that are so in your face? We hate to say it this way. We really don't hate to say it this way, but we're trying to please you to a degree. You're lazy. And we know you're lazy. And to be honest, we don't care per se because we're up here doing what we do, but we know that you would have a more enjoyable experience if you were a little less lackadaisical, a little less willing to waste your life behind a screen, scrolling, judging other people speaking their truth, other people sharing their voice, other people sharing their experiences. This is a call out. You are so willing to burn your life away because you are so willing to complain about what you didn't have. How you don't have backers, how you don't have the loans, how you don't have enough credit, how you didn't have great parents, how you didn't grow up with wealth, how you didn't have anything. And what we want you to see, Right now, Stormy didn't have anything either. And Stormy built everything up from scratch. And she has found a way to make it easy. And we are using her as an example. And yes, she is getting uncomfortable. But there was a contract before we started this stream where she knew that she wasn't going to produce any level of interruption. If she can do this, you can do this. The people you see on the internet, if they can do it, you can do it. And you know what the beauty is? There's a million ways to do it that are successful. You do not have to follow in someone else's footsteps. You don't have to make it hard. You don't have to make it a million different steps and ways. And it doesn't have to be outside of your capabilities. Your ability to reach millions of people across the internet in short spans of time and create an offer of service and of value that is your perspective, your experience as an exchange for money is tremendous. If it were 1850 and you were living in a third world country and you were complaining that there was not enough opportunity for money, Spirit would bend to you and say, you're right. You're right. These circumstances are rather difficult. But we find it very hard to believe in your day and age and the countries that you're in, with the amount of wealth that you were given, with the certain circumstances from your parents that you were raised in certain areas. None of you are devoid of experience. None of you were given such a bad rap, such a bad experience growing up that you were not given its equal and opposite antidote. Everyone who is given a difficult life is also given the opportunity for a life beyond their wildest dreams. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It is physical law. It is a law of physics. So for those of you sitting saying, I didn't have the right parents, I didn't have the right opportunity, I didn't have the right education, I didn't have the right jobs, I didn't stack the right experience, I made too many mistakes growing up, I squandered too much of my life is over. Even those of you that are in your 60s, you can start now. There is absolutely no reason why you should not be a multimillionaire. And we are also well aware that this stream could reach many different people. And we anticipate it will. And we would be pleased if it did. There is a new opportunity where, if you'd like to be a multimillionaire, you should be. Spirit would give you the permission. Why hold yourself back? You are in a position where it is the easiest ever than it has ever been. And there's the most amount of complaining from you guys to Spirit, the most amount of, oh, I don't have enough, the most amount of prayers that are like, please just give me money. Please, I need this. Please, I need that. You know what Spirit would like? If you would just take a little bit of control over your life, do a quick analysis and say, this is what I'm great at. This is what I'm not great at. I'm going to steer away from the things that I'm not great at. I'm willing to step out of my comfort zone for just a moment and get my face on camera, which is terrifying for a lot of people. Publish that online in one way or another. Offer some level of a service, whatever that service may be. Do you know, for many of you to understand, the lack of connection, which is so ironic because you're all so connected on the internet, but the lack of connection, most of you could be starting businesses where you just have a phone line open for other people that need to talk to someone today, and that you can make yourself available to get on the phone, to offer phone calls like phone a friend. Do you know that that would prevent a lot of suicides in the future? A ridiculous amount. Do you have any idea how many easy opportunities, just you being you as you are, as a service, how incredible of an opportunity that is, not only for you to earn money and build your wealth, but also actually connect with and help other humans that need that level of connection and are happy to provide the exchange of the financial provision in exchange for it because they need that connection. The more connected you all look with social media, the less connected you actually are, and the more that human connection is actually necessary. And there is no reason why you could not be very, very easily charging for that. Not that it's like charging for in a weird way. It's just charging for as in you need an exchange so that you can eat, so that you can pay your bills, so that you can have excess income. What we'd really like to say is if you want that new car, complaining, stop saying you can't have it and start finding ways, start finding opportunities through your own ability. The easy stuff you have already going for you. You've already won the lotto in a number of ways. Start tapping into that experience of prosperity, of abundance. It is a matrix of thinking. And if you're wondering why we're being so adamant about this, it's because you're not thinking. This is the laziest group of humans on the planet we've ever seen. Laziest. With access to the most resource. It is beyond. When you guys see other humans and you go, whoa, how do they think like that? It's crazy. That's how we are perceiving you. All the prayers, all the moments, all the complaints. Do you know how many of your guides are sitting above you? How many angelics that are just like, I want to help you. But you just spend 98% of your time complaining and wasting your life. We need permission to help you. Do you know what that permission looks like? It's not demanding prayers, although send your prayers. We'll help as much as we can. What it is your prayer in action, your prayer in the willingness to get out of your fucking comfort zone, your prayer to try something new, your prayer to put yourself out there, your prayer to be visible, and your prayer to be open to failing publicly. Welcome to what it takes to become a multimillionaire. Most of you are terrified of anyone finding out that you may be anything less than perfect. And that is what is keeping you away from your own financial prosperity. It's so simple. It's so simple. It makes us curl. You could all be multimillionaires in less than 3 years each if you followed the protocol we just mentioned. Your spirit guides would haul ass to help you. We have a lot more permission to over circumstances when you are moving your prayers into action. When you start moving your life forward, we can step in a much more visible way. It has to do with your personal momentum. You do have to get 80% of the momentum moving forward for us to actually step in and start pulling you. We can't do that before that threshold. We would love to. Your angelic teams, your guidance teams would love to. They're looking for any opportunity. Honestly, they're like filing their nails up with God and spirit, like, oh, they're watching TikTok again? They're bored. We're making fun of you. We're making fun of all of it. Because honestly, you are too serious. You are just little humans trying to live a human existence, and you forgot that this was supposed to be fun. And instead, you threw yourself in little prisons and cages and said, my life means nothing. I will use this wonderful device that took thousands and thousands of years to develop, and I will just waste my time behind it. When I could be making millions of dollars as a spiritual human with it. I'd rather go to spiritual sleep. I'd rather not take responsibility for my life. What's responsibility? I don't like it. Ew, that looks like work. People might see me for who I am. Meh. And what if they don't like me? Or worse? What if I can't manipulate them? Because now they know who I really am. And if I can't manipulate them, I don't know how I'm going to make money. I don't know I'm going to have value because I'm not valuable by myself. I have to manipulate other people in order to be valuable because they're not actually going to like me the way that I am. What? I literally broke out of that channel because there's so much joy running through my system. The channel is they're being so jestful. Like, give me 1 sec, you guys. Oh my God. That's so funny. Those impressions were not me. That was so Bring it on. Oh my God. So good. Stormy's laughing because we just broke her out of her shell. Every fear she's ever had was just placed in front of you and broken in front of you. And she didn't know until we just said it. Takes one to know one. We just put her through the paces so you could see the process. You have to be willing to have public failures. You have to be willing to see who you are. You have to be willing to have your personality traits reflected from others. You have to be willing to be polarizing. You have to be willing to be okay with other people not liking you. You have to be okay with the idea that you might not get it all right. Cancel culture is real. There are people that will hate you, and that's got to be okay too. But you know what you get in exchange? The opportunity to become a multimillionaire in 3 years. 3 years is the mile marker. Most of you think it'll take a lifetime. Stormy's been on her progress for about 10. So even she's hearing this and saying, well, I don't know. And we're saying, no, you know. You know. Some of you take a little bit longer because you have other things to work through, or because you have a lot of trauma that had to be worked through in order for you to even be okay entering the game. Most of you are built for a strong game, but you've been so demeaned or you're so insecure that it takes a lot longer to build up the security. But the truth is, the game still needs to be run. You still need to follow protocol. You're still going to be a beginner the moment you enter the game. The game includes public visibility and public speaking. Now, you could choose to not take anything we have said as being truthful. You can choose to dig your heels in and to be stubborn and go whatever way you think. We are giving you the point A to point B fastest route of consciousness to win the lottery. Something that we have significant distaste for is the amount of you that ask to win the lottery. Not because Spirit has any issue with delivering money to you, but because you are asking for something for nothing. You are saying, give me all of this value, all of this energy exchange, all of this power, and the only thing I'm willing to do is walk my ass to the 7-Eleven and go buy a $2 scratch-off ticket or whatever the lottery tickets are. And we're saying to you, how lazy? How lazy? You could have the lottery. It could stop being a pipe dream and something random you say to everyone you know. All of you say it. And it could be a reality if you got off your fucking ass and just started making it happen. You just have to be willing to put in a little bit of that work and get out of your way, stop complaining, and be able to see the amount of prosperity that is surrounding you. Some of you might say, well, I don't know if I could shoot at home, though. It's not very pleasant or aesthetically attractive. Go to a park. Shoot in your car. Who cares? You don't think you have time? Do you have time while you're driving? Well, that's when you can do your calls. That's when you can shoot your videos. That's when you, obviously be safe while you're driving. We're making a point here. Where can you double dip value and time? And where are you blatantly just wasting time? We've never seen such a lazy version of humanity. You have access to everything at your fingertips and you do nothing with it. It is such a blessing to deliver this message in such a wonderfully direct way. You could learn from us, you know. There's no fear in this message. We don't mind if you feel offended, because this is our unique perspective and authentic expression, and we will not change to meet you. We are lucky to have a vessel who understands this and who will not avoid this sort of direct expression. Is she uncomfortable? She is. Do you think she'll get over it? She already did. Most of you are not making the money that you deserve or that you desire or that higher self wants to give you. Your higher power wants to facilitate the transfer to you because you are afraid of making an ass out of yourself. The more serious you take yourself, the worse off you'll be, because the reality is that you have to be able to experiment, fail, fuck up, try all new things, and probably piss some people off in the process. But that's never, you're not coming from an intention of making people upset. You're just being yourself. And the truth is, through you being yourself, generally speaking, you're going to polarize people. 50% of the population might care about you that you meet. Out of that 50%, 25% will like you, 25% won't like you. The other 50% won't give a flying fuck. What do you want to pay attention to? Which part of the population? A lot of you will be like, oh, no, I don't want to be ignored. Oh, no. So instead, you stay complacent. You continue to be an actor. And you don't realize your gifts. Then there's a whole nother segment of you that are like, oh my God, I couldn't piss people off. What? That's not possible. I'm not safe unless everybody's happy. You're unwilling to be polarizing. So you never access your gifts. And then there's another level of you that are so addicted to people liking you that you'll do anything for money, anything for attention. And you think it's pleasant, but it is a level of prostitution. One thing we would truly like to impart with you in a channel such as this is that should you decide that being a wealthy person and a spiritual person are important to you, there is a map unfolding in front of you, spiritually, energetically, that has been made available to you. Should you decide to start opening up that puzzle piece, it is a Rubik's Cube, of understanding this aspect of yourself, what is possible for you, what you could do with your gifts, and how easy you could make it while being willing to participate, engage, and place in the effort that will be necessary to claim the opportunities on such gifts, you will be provided for. And if we can be honest, for everyone that sees this channel, everyone's higher self would relish in the opportunity to step your game up for you and to take the attention off of dodging karmic bullets. Your higher self is working overtime to prevent the mishap that happens from lazy and lackadaisical behavior. All that time that your higher self is trying to help you dodge bullets could be spent opening opportunities, but you would have to fan the flame and be willing to do all the things we aforementioned. It is a gift, to do what we've said. It's a gift to be willing. It's a gift to engage, to participate with life. It's harder to participate than it is to watch. It's why you don't do it, most of you. Some of you will put your toe in for a moment and then sprint back out. There is one more thing we'd like to share with you. If you'd like to tap out of this message, why are you still watching? If this caused you a certain amount of pain that you didn't want to see within yourself, why are you still here? That is another message for you, is that just like in any martial arts gym, if there's something that's too much for you, that's causing too much pain, you can tap out, you can disengage. And if you are aggravated by this message, which a number of you are, because that's why we're mentioning this, and the fact that you're still here means you enjoy pain. It literally emphasizes what we've mentioned through this stream. You enjoy complaining, you enjoy placing blame on someone else, and you enjoy the pain. We just wanted to mention it because why not call you out? We have nothing to lose, except maybe some of your lackluster prayers, praying to win the lottery because you don't want to put in the work to actually participate in your life, to actually accomplish what it is that you could do with this life, where you could stop complaining about money in absolutely every way, where you could completely reject scarcity, and you could all become famous and wealthy as fuck. And let's just throw in for comedic timing, skinny. Now that we've pissed off 50% of this audience. For those of you that think Stormy's faking this, try channeling. Try having the courage that she had. She was read a riot act before she got on stream today. Because Oshun doesn't hold back. And Stormy was said, if you want to get in the way, I will not deliver the message. We asked for an agreement up front. We said, are you in or are you out? And Stormy said, I'm in. I'm in, I'm in, I'm in. Tell me what to do. I'll get out of the way. Whatever you need to say is what needs to be said. I agree with all the terms. I'll get out of the way. And that's exactly what was necessary for a stream like this, and is exactly what is necessary for all of you to actually claim the life that you deserve. Are you in or are you out? We could read you the riot active terms. Your higher power could tell you exactly what the terms are. What's the soul contract? What's at risk? What are you going to potentially lose? Your dignity? Please, you've already lost your dignity. You're sitting at the couch scrolling on Instagram for 2.5 hours, wondering why you're not more wealthy. The reality is that your higher self says very simply, are you in or are you out? There is nothing else left to know. What do you need to know exactly what you're in for? This entire stream was talking about you becoming a multimillionaire, having the life of your dreams, driving whatever car you want, enjoying your fucking life. Heaven forbid any of you actually enjoy your life. And the people on this planet that are enjoying their lives, you're judging them. Now you understand why we have to work so hard in spirit. We have to work so hard. Do we mind? Not so much. The perks are pretty great. We're not going to lie. But an opportunity to call you out? Here for it. Because if you understand that it is all done with unconditional love, you'll realize that we're not calling you out to make fun of you, to make you upset. We're calling you out because you're in complete misery. You are committed to your misery. And if there's any way that we can actually poke your butt with a little pin and get you to pop out of your seat so that you actually could start living your life, what you signed up for in the brochure for the reason why you came down to humanity and lived through all the chaos that you've lived through. Why? Because you have this opportunity, but you're not claiming it. So we come in and be a little fresh and feisty and very direct with the hopes that maybe one or two of you will get off of your fucking seat and actually make it happen. Care less about what everyone thinks about you. Your mother, your brother, your fake soulmate, your friends, the neighbors, the people you wave to on the street because you're afraid of what they'll say if you don't wave. Aww. The level of people pleasing in this country is rather insane. We've been watching you. Your spiritual practice is to give zero fucks about whether anyone thinks about you and to design your life from the place that you could threaten that many people by just being yourself. If you are willing and available to actually be yourself, you claim your life by the reins and you own it. There are so many of you that wish you had power, that wish you had sex appeal, that wish you could influence the masses. You're all following these celebrities, following gossip, following their lives as if they're your friends. You could have it if you didn't give a fuck about what people thought about you while you're complaining that you don't have enough money. You don't have enough opportunity. There isn't enough out there. We're left behind. The circumstances aren't good enough. You don't have the degree. You don't have the husband. You don't have the wife. You don't have the right circumstances. You don't have. Do you enjoy your life like this? Not to drop an existential crisis bomb on you, but that's exactly what we're trying to do. Because the moment we break you open, like how we broke Stormy open during the stream, your higher power steps in and you surrender. And we know we've done our job. It really doesn't matter if we piss you off or if you love us. The job has to get done. And that's what we're saying to you. The job has to get done. You don't need people to love you. You don't need people to hate you. If people hate you, who cares? Who cares? What's the worst that's going to happen? You're only not safe if you give in to fear that they can harm you. It doesn't matter who hates you. It just matters that you're seen. It just matters that you're on stage. It just matters that you're willing to get out of your fucking way and have an opinion. Get out of your way and be willing to be authentic. Get out of your way. Do what you do and allow people to criticize you without giving a fuck. Stormy receives criticism daily. She receives it as psychic attacks. She downloads and she knows who it comes from. And then she has to go through, scrub, erase it, take on the power. And she does take on the power. Whenever you guys criticize her, she is receiving digital money cosmically. Whenever you criticize anyone, you are sending digital money from your own spiritual power and bank account. So, if you're wondering, everything is energetic before it's physical. If you're wondering why you're in scarcity, why are you hating people? Most of you would say, I'm not hating them. Well, we would position it to you a different way. Why are you criticizing someone or their experience or judging them for anything that they do or don't do when you are not in their shoes? If you have not lived their life, you have no business offering any level of criticism, complaint, advice, or direction to that person unless they have specifically invited it from you. Most of you are codependent, and that is the disease. That is the disease that keeps you from being a multimillionaire. That is the disease that keeps you from your financial prosperity, and the disease that keeps you behind closed doors and not out on cameras, on stages, speaking your truth, authentically actually living your life purpose, which for many of you is just to be visible, to live, and to share your experience. That is the life purpose of a human. Most humans do it at such a minuscule level. They're so terrified and so scared that they only let a few people in their life actually see who the fuck they are. And then because they're so terrified of actually being seen, they marry them, they keep them in their life, and they never let go, even if the relationships are abusive. Because they're like, well, I can't be like myself with someone else. But I did it with you. I can't do it with anyone else. No one else is gonna love this. No one can love you if you don't love you. You should love all parts of you. You're perfect as you are, even with your complete mess. Which is why we can make fun of you in jest. Because truly, if you are offended, those parts need to be loved by you, not separated, not ousted, loved. Love them into submission. Love all of the parts of you. Humans are quite an array of polarizing characteristics. It comes with the territory. Spirit is always going to love you no matter what you do and what you choose. We just wonder with the amount of complaints when the majority of you will actually take the cue that you can actually enjoy this life if you are willing to do a number of things that most of you have been unwilling to do. On the side of spirit, it's not that we care. Like we care about you, yes. We don't care what you do or don't do. We're just suggesting to you that if you would like to enjoy your life more, that you ought consider what has been spoken. But if you are good right where you are and you don't mind, then throw it all out the window. It doesn't matter. You'll know if this message is for you based on the fact that you're still listening, and you'll just know if it incites inspiration, if it incites laughter, if it incites anger, if it just incites a few extra thoughts. You're like, huh, I didn't think about that. I didn't even know that was a possibility. Well, Stormy's channel said everybody could be a multimillionaire in under 3 years. Oh, well, I wonder if that's possible. That's enough too. Should you decide to follow this message to the T, you will be met with droves of support, gods and goddesses alike, beyond your typical capability within your own spirit guides. As you move through your own spiritual ascension process, for those of you that are willing to participate and live more and engage more, your guides are exchanged for higher guides. You're given new team with more robust qualities. All of that will be met should you decide to engage in any and participate in any level of this cosmic conversation. You will be met with droves of support, significant support. You will be given synchronicities. You will be given indications that you're on the right track. You will be shown in innumerable ways just how good of an idea it was to pursue your dreams, or a dream being in opulence, in luxury, enjoying your life while being willing to participate, being willing to put in the work, not the hard work, not the I hate my life work, the easy work. It's in your pocket. It's your phone. Figure it out. Okay. You all have AI. You all have Google. You all have YouTube. You have a number of skill sets and abilities to get all of the information you need to figure out how to create what you need to create in order to build a service online that could be very, 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 very easy in exchange for money. And there are so many ways to receive money so easily. You've got Square, you've got PayPal, you've got Stripe, you've got Spotify. You've got Venmo. What else do you guys need? Do it. Stop complaining. Try something. And if you fail, try again. We feel that this message has been sufficiently delivered. We are very, very pleased. That's the first opening to your higher power, being able to step in and start redirecting you towards prosperity, towards abundance, and away from victimhood. Permanent victim mentalities. Shit happened in your life. Get over it. Move forward. Start creating a better focus and a better track for your life. Timelines are moving very, very, very quickly. You can change your life drastically in under 3 years. Why not start refocusing on what could happen, what you could do, how your life could change, rather than having to deal with all the trauma? We know many of you do trauma work, and it is beautiful, yes, but it's very, very slow. If you are willing to go through any of what we have just mentioned, you can avoid dragging yourself through the trauma mud and just refocus your attention on pleasure, on what could go well, and your higher self will work the trauma out for you. It will be deactivated in your energetic and emotional body. Now, our message is complete. We are sending you love, whether or not you believe it. It is actually the most amount of love that we could procure and show through example by being ourselves and not placating to what you think a channel should look like or what is spiritual or not. We are just going to be what we are. And we're talking as a we because Stormy's guides are standing behind Oshun. But this is truly Oshun. With the many voices, the many one, the many aspects of consciousness that speak through a personality. Thank you for listening. We know that this message has reached a number of you at a level of depth that is a transmission that actually triggered your highest awakening, whether or not you know it. And that seed will blossom on its right time. And that is why you listened all this way through. You can thank yourself and bless yourself. That is all. We send you love and blessings as we have done, proven through our strategy. Whether or not you liked it matters not, as it matters that the message was delivered in the perfect way that it was, as it was. Be blessed, sweet ones. Not all good things look good. Not all bad things look bad. Start using your discernment to understand the middle ground, to understand what it is to be capable of loving unconditionally, not conditionally. When is something worthy of love? It's always worthy of love. That's what we need you to take away. Okay, we are passing the mic back to Stormy. Thank you for your time, your love, affection, your attention, for listening in any way or another, because you're not truly listening to us. You are truly listening to your higher power who sent you to this message, to this video, because you needed a specific activation to wake yourself up into your humanity and start living. Be blessed. Okay, we need to start off with a few things right now. This is one of the most powerful channels I've done in the last 12 months. I wasn't expecting it today. Dear God, that was beautiful. I'm in such an altered state of consciousness. I'm shaking. I feel like I'm on a high. She used aspects of my personality that I don't always draw out. I loved that. I don't usually give myself permission to be like that. Not that I had somewhat of a choice. She told me today, she was like, if you threaten to override me, I'm not sending the message through. And I was like, no. I was like, I'll get out of the way. Say what you want. That was so fun. I love that she called people out too, because I'm not gonna lie, she's totally right. It's just nice to be transparent sometimes. That was so fucking fun. That was so fun. Incredible. Thank you for joining me. Those of you that you enjoyed this, well, go give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave me a comment, subscribe. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about Money Recoded if you're interested in that as a program. So I will be channeling and delivering specific spiritual messages around themes around money and your relationship with money, recoding and updating, elevating and upgrading your relationship with money. Yes, it is a relationship. I feel like this is probably an entrance for a lot of people that this is a new territory, the idea that you could actually redevelop your relationship with money, your soul contracts with money, and understanding how to do that at the psycho-spiritual level. That's the level through which I work, the emotional level, mentally, and then physically through embodiment. Every week we have these channel messages around the spiritual money topics. And then there's always going to be at least one or two guided activations and guided meditations, which are my healing modality. It's how I'm able to help heal you at the quantum level and change your DNA. They are transmissions that I'm channeling. And that work is channeled through your higher self to your energy body. The purpose of this program is to help you rewrite and become conscious and mindful of your relationship with money, rewriting it to be the version that will allow you to love your life, build your legacy, create new terms for what you're willing to deal with and what you're not willing to deal with, and then giving those boundaries to spirit and all the people around you. We're going to be diving into attachment styles, emotional intimacy patterns, mental understanding of concepts, how you distribute or use your power, your creativity, your sexuality, which is your power. They're one and the same. How you connect to and relate to people, where you send your energy, how you send your energy, your mentality around money, your belief systems around money, what's been running behind the scenes in your subconscious in the past. You can change now, what you can change on the moment-to-moment basis, what you can look forward to, allowing all of it to be from a place of pleasure and a place of ease. So this entire program is built off of the channeling around the feminine consciousness of money. What most people are familiar with is the predatory masculine consciousness of money. Divine feminine consciousness is ease, flow, creativity. Your creativity and your ability to make money and receive money are one and the same. It's not about force. It's not about driving. Those are more masculine concepts. It's about flowing. It's about understanding where your energy is, how to move that energy, what you can create from that energy, understanding your value, how to position your value, what's valuable, how you identify value, how you identify your value, how you understand investment. When I say investment, we start first with energetic investment, because money has to do with energy. It's an extension of energy. What you invest in and what you allow to be invested in you is an energy first, and then physical, and then practical. Thank you so much for joining me in this podcast episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a 5-star review. And if you're interested, I would love to have you join Money Recoded with me, where we can create your manifestations in the quantum, work with and recode and heal your relationship with money so that you can slay this year and every year moving forward, stepping into that multimillionaire version of yourself, embracing him or her and bringing him or her into this life through inspired action and prosperous thinking. Alrighty, until next time, I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me. Lots of love. Peace.